Welcome again to the Old Principal. 我就是老校长，这个是老校长的英文节目。This is the Old Principal, and it's an English instructional program. Well, as we continue to tell sometimes my stories, sometimes other stories, but just lately a lot of my own stories. Now we come to number 294, going overseas. Going 要去国外. With that, we'll take a break for just a minute. Don't run away, because we're going to listen to the story from beginning to end, and then I'll come back and we'll look at it sentence by sentence.
Story 294, Going Overseas. The summer had been very eventful. First, there were the pressures of being temporary farm manager, during which time one of the cows died. Then the truck I parked on the hill coasted down and crashed into a school building. This was the last straw. We decided it was time to take our annual vacation and get away from the school for 2 weeks. While we were at my parents' home many miles away, I received a telephone call from the school principal. I wasn't home at the time, so I called back later. When we finally got connected on the phone, he told me that there was a job opportunity to go to Taiwan to learn Chinese and to teach. We were both high school teachers. It sounded like a job we could handle. Taiwan? Where was Taiwan? I knew because I had taught about Taiwan in a world geography class the year before. My wife did not know much about Taiwan, except she knew that the mushrooms she bought in the supermarket came from there. After careful consideration, we decided to go. Later on, I found out why our school system, which operates about 8,000 schools around the world, offered me the job. Apparently, they noticed that I had studied several languages, and so they felt I'd have no difficulty with Chinese. Actually, we had applied to teach overseas, and our first choice had been South America because both of us had studied Spanish in high school. My second choice had been the Middle East because I had studied 2 Middle Eastern languages. Our third choice was anywhere, and that's just where they were planning to send us. So, at the end of our 2-week vacation, we returned to the school campus, but now we were really excited. We were going overseas. Neither one of us had lived or worked overseas. The idea of working in the Chinese culture was intriguing.
Welcome back. The summer had been very eventful. Okay, when we say the summer had been eventful, many things had happened. Now I start to go into the list of some of the things that had happened. It's funny, many good things had happened, but sometimes all you can remember are the bad things. Sometimes you only remember the good things. Well, anyway, first, there were the pressures of being the temporary farm manager. I was the temporary farm manager, 临时农场主任. And there were pressures. Pressures? Whoa, 压力. For sure, there was the pressure. It was stressful, pressure-packed. These are all synonyms. I was the temporary farm manager. And during that time, as you will remember, one of the cows died. Whoa. So that wasn't a good experience. So that was a bad experience, actually, going on. Then the truck I parked on the hill. So 我把一个车子，一个卡车停在小丘陵山上, you could say on the hill. So I parked it up there because I couldn't get it started. I had to roll down the hill to start. I parked it up there to go eat lunch. Remember the story? Okay, we've already talked about the story. And it coasted down the hill. I was not prepared for this. 突然间, it started to move and it coasted down the hill and 撞上 what? The school building. One of the school buildings. So it crashed into one of the buildings. And then I said, this was the last straw. When this is a saying in English. You cannot translate it. Well, you could translate it. If you translated it literally, okay, 最后一根 straw, 干草 straw. Now it doesn't mean. It simply means, sometimes we have a saying, this is the last straw that breaks the camel's back. 骆驼，你再放一根草，他会崩溃了, okay? Break his back, 他的腰会断了. We have that saying. So when we say this is the last straw, it's like maybe we're 要崩溃. That means 已经受不了. That is, we, going on, decided it was time to take our annual vacation. Yeah, we had 2 weeks vacation. In those days, 2 weeks. And 我们年假. Take the 2 week vacation and get away from the school for 2 weeks. 哎呀，要离开学校2个星期好. Give me a time to relax, to 松一口气, to sigh in relief. I mean, I just needed to get away, 逃离这个学校, to get away from the school. Going on. While we were at my parents' house, I received a telephone call. This is while we were visiting my parents. We received, because they knew where we were going, I received a telephone call. Many miles away, so I was a long ways away from the school, I received a telephone call from the school principal. Okay. 校长, 学校的校长, 就是我的老板. He was my boss. He was the school principal. And he is calling me while I was on vacation. Now, why would the principal be calling me on the vacation? They don't usually do this. Something was wrong. What could it be? Going on. I wasn't home at the time. So I was out doing something. But when I came back home, I called back. So I called back later. I called him and I said, hey, His name was Leroy, and he had been my teacher when I was young, and so but I was on a first name basis. He called me John, I called him Leroy. I said, "Hey, Leroy, what's up?" And then he began to explain. Going on. When we finally got connected on the phone, it took a while. Remember, nowadays we all have 手机, we all have mobile phones or cell phones, whatever you want to call them. But in those days, no cell phones, and so we had to use landline, 有线的电话. And so it takes a little while to get connected, to find the person. Maybe the person is not at home. So we got connected, 连接的时候, he told me that there was a job opportunity. Now, 有一份工作, 有机会, opportunity, 是一种一份工作. To go to Taiwan. So, oh, Taiwan? Taiwan? Yeah, I know where Taiwan is. And to learn Chinese, and to teach. So, here's the thing. In our system, we have what we call a call. And so somebody had called me and said, "We would like to talk to John Ash." The principal said yes. He called me. So I called them back. And they said, "We would like you to come learn Chinese and to become a teacher in Taiwan." So that's the situation going on. We were both high school teachers. My wife was a high school teacher. I was a high school teacher. It sounded like a job that we could handle. Handle? Okay, let me see if I get something. This, maybe I will take a look here. This is a handle, okay? If you use this, by the way, this is water. Good. I can handle it. Why? If I didn't have this handle, this would be difficult, wouldn't it? Right? So, when it says here, it sounded like the work, a job, 这份工作, I could handle. That means that I could do it. It didn't sound hard. I was a teacher. I said, "Whoa, that sounds pretty good to me." Going on. Taiwan. Where was Taiwan? 到底台湾在哪里? Now, I knew because I had taught about Taiwan in world geography class the year before. 前一年我在世界地理 I taught about Taiwan. So I knew where Taiwan was. But did my wife know where Taiwan was? We will see. Going on. My wife did not know much about Taiwan, except for one thing. Okay? She knew that Taiwan produced mushrooms, 蘑菇. And so she said, mushrooms, Taiwan, the place where our mushrooms. And she bought these mushrooms in the supermarket. 她在超级市场就买了这个蘑菇啊. Actually, I remember they were in just little tiny cans. cute little things. And we liked mushrooms. 在罐头里面的. And it came from Taiwan. That's all she knew about Taiwan. I knew more about Taiwan because I was history. I had studied history, and I also taught world geography. Going on. After careful consideration, 很认真的考虑，认真的考虑, we decided to go. That's a big decision. Sometimes it sounds so simple nowadays, so simple. But in those days, it was not so simple. Because we were leaving our homeland, we were leaving our homes, we wouldn't be near our parents. Actually, we weren't so close to our parents even then. And so I didn't know much about the work, but they sent me some letters and I started to learn going on. Later on, I found out why our school system, which operates 8,000 schools around the world, offered me the job. Okay, now, you in a sentence like this, you have to divide the sentence up. So actually, if you think about it, use the first part of the sentence and the last part of the sentence. Later, I found out why our school system offered me the job. 以后我就了解为什么他们愿意让我找我接受这份工作. Now, the center part, which operates about 8,000 schools around the world, talks about we are a private school system. 我们是私立办的教育系统. We are a private educational system, and we operate about 8,000 8,000个学校, 全球8,000个学校, from colleges and universities to medical schools, 医学院, all the way down to high schools, elementary schools, even preschools, 幼稚园, kindergartens. We operate these schools all the way around the world. Okay, how many? 8,000, 8,000个. Okay, going on. Apparently, 好像, okay, they noticed that I had studied several languages. 他们发现, okay, 他们注意, maybe noticed is 注意 or discovered, whatever. I studied several languages. 我是学习几种语言. I had studied, and so they felt that I would have no difficulty with these. Spanish, Greek, Hebrew already. 西班牙话, 希腊语, 希伯来语. So they thought, sounds like John Ash, that's me, 老校长, he had no difficulty with these other languages. So they felt, 他们认为, okay, they felt that I would have no difficulty with Chinese. 我学习中文一点都不困难. So that was the way they were thinking going on. Actually, we had applied to teach overseas, and our first choice was what? Our first choice was South America. why was our first choice South America? Now, I just told you the languages. Our first choice, 南美洲, 中美洲也可以. First choice was Central or South America because we had studied Spanish. My wife too. Not too much, but at least a little bit. So our first choice had been South America because both of us had studied Spanish in high school. Also did a little bit in college. Going on. Our second choice, 第二个选择, that was our first choice. Go to where there is a language. Our second choice had been the Middle East, 中东, okay, 中东, because I had studied 中东的语言. I had studied Middle Eastern languages like Greek and Hebrew, and I was interested in things like that. I said, well, maybe I will find a language that I would like. Going on. Our third choice, was anywhere. You can send us anywhere. 到处都可以，任何一个地方都可以。Send us anywhere. So that was our choice. We said, because we had applied, 我们真的是申请, but what happened? And that is just where they were going to send us. Not our first choice, not our second choice, but our third choice, which was simply to go anywhere in the world. And so they're going to send us overseas, anywhere. So, going on, at the end of our 2-week vacation, we returned to the school campus, but now we were really excited. Really excited. 我们回到年假过了. We went back to the school campus, 这个校园, 学校的校园, and we were really excited. We were going overseas. 我们要去国外教书. Wow. Going on. Neither one of us had lived or worked overseas. And this is true for many, many Americans. They stay in America. They don't go overseas. A lot of Americans do go overseas. I hadn't. My wife had been to Puerto Rico, I guess once or something. But basically, we had never gone overseas. We had gone to Guatemala. Yeah, we went to 中美洲的 Guatemala. We had gone there once while I was 在研究所. So I went there for a very brief, we went there for a very brief time. But other than that, we had no idea about what it was like to live overseas. Neither one of us, 我们两者, had lived or worked overseas. And then the idea of working in the Chinese culture was intriguing. Okay, if I am intrigued, what is? I am very interested. 很有吸引力，很有兴趣 interested. So to work with the Chinese was very interesting. Now, I must tell you at this point that my principal felt very bad. 我的校长感到很不舒服，很难过。Why? Because he felt that maybe they had done something wrong. So we wanted to get away from the school, 逃离学校. And so we just, go overseas. But later years, when I came back to America, I went to visit him and I comforted him, 就安慰他。那时候他快退休了。I said, don't worry, you did nothing wrong. We felt that this was an opportunity that God gave us. So we wanted to take that opportunity. That's the reason why I said, after careful consideration, 认真的考虑, we did. Sometimes we say prayerful consideration, 借着祷告的考虑. After all of that, we decided that God wanted us to go overseas. And that was in 1970, and we are still overseas. 退休以后, we are still out among the Chinese, working with and for the Chinese. Still here. But that's all the time I have for today. We do have a website and an email address. 我们的电邮是电邮的地址是 theoldprinciple@gmail.com, and our website is www.theoldprinciple.org. With that, I must say goodbye, but I'm looking forward to seeing you the next time. Bye-bye.